right under it. I mean, that is as good as you're gonna get.
Riggs is making really nice, consistent divots.
Ooh, Trent, Ryan, that was so pure. Most of my entire game is like I rely on my wedges, and these are so good.
Looking at that twinkle in his eye,
I know.
seeing that SX grind, that kind of made me happy.
Yeah, me too.
All right, we're here with TaylorMade Golf at the range at Pebble. We're about to get fit for the brand new MG5 TaylorMade wedges.
Can't wait. Let's go. Just got my eyes on these things. They're incredible.
Dude, I'm so excited about these because I would say, like, we used to do a deal with a competitor and I did really like their wedges. And then what I said about the MG4s was when those came out, those were better than any wedges I had ever used, ever. Like, ever, no matter who we had done anything with. And, like, there's a lot of parts of my game that I suck at, but wedge play is something I think I'm, like, relatively good at. And using the MG4s, I was telling everybody, like, these are awesome. And then when I heard MG5s are coming out, I was like, oh, man.
So the MG5 was many years in the making. I get to sit in small team meetings every week with our engineers. There are three main things that we have with MG5. Obviously the forged construction, so every club comes from like a billet of steel. We heat it up, we bend it, we remove all the flash, and this is a whole new construction. The second part is we have a brand new groove geometry. So we've got sharper radii, okay, steeper walls, and you can kind of see the exit of the cutter. You can see how it kind of takes a V, and that's the cutter exiting the groove there.
Wow.
So what you have is you have a new aggressive groove geometry over MG4. We can have a better performing product and a more consistent product regardless of the turf condition and wet or dry that you're in. New grinds, right? So excited here. We've got the SX grind, which is our wide saw. I just took Frankie through, and then the SC grind. We have the SB for standard bounce, low bounce, the LB, HB, high bounce. Basically what we found is, but about 80% of golfers, they're into the standard bounce, mid bounce category. So what we did was we kind of doubled down and made sure that we had 3 offerings in this MG5 family where they kind of live in this mid bounce range.
Explaining it to us like we're 5 years old, what is bounce to like the amateur golfer?
Yeah.
Like what?
For sure.
Who wants more bounce? Who wants less bounce?
So the easiest way I could describe it is the bounce serves as like a rudder of a ship, and more bounce pushes debris out of the way quicker. So when you're in pine straw rigs, you need the bounce because it's going to move the debris away from what you're trying to get the ball
Pretty
out.
good out of the pine straw.
Right? Now the guys this week, they're at the Open, right? They're playing firm conditions. There's no debris to move out low bounce.
Yeah.
Okay? You know, for us amateur golfers, what I've realized is high bounce is like what I'm going to be showing Trent.
Okay.
Because laying the sod and chunking one, it's very easy to do with low bounce. So if he's coming in with a bad angle of descent, poor speed, that low bounce is really going to expose you.
Got it.
So if I'm new to golf, you know, a standard bounce wedge just right up the gut is going to be a great way to go no matter where you're playing.
Yeah.
So that's why it's our #1 seller.
Am I right in that, like, the more you open the face, the more you utilize the bounce?
In the SX wedge, you can kind of see this very noticeable kind of C shape.
Yeah, which
Okay.
isn't on the standard.
It's not on the standard.
Yeah.
The reason why it's there, so Frankie, hit that same flop shot here.
Okay. This one?
Now I'm showing you the X. So what I hope you see, the reason why we put that reverse C is that we're trying to maintain that the leading edge stays level through the shot. That reverse C kind of keeps everything consistent and level. And Frankie, it's right here. It's actually in the back of the club.
Okay.
It's right there.
See that? Mine doesn't have that,
So
Frankie.
go ahead and, so on this SB, go ahead and do that same flop shot. Kind of open that up. And I know it's tough because you're in the grass there, but that leading edge is sitting up a little higher.
Yeah.
Dude, let's do this again with the X.
You go, man. You
See how that leading edge kind of stays nice and low?
This right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, it's in the grass as opposed to the other one was like that. a little bit
Yeah.
more.
Exactly.
That's
And like
wild.
naturally it isn't. So, and that's just what? That's just exposing the ball to more club face?
So we're looking at how this club exits out of a bunker.
Right.
I want to push an even amount of sand. I want to get the leading edge low. See, look how smooth he got through that.
Look at
Yeah,
that
that
perfect
felt
little divot.
So
too.
good.
Okay, but look how see how it's sitting low.
See, I actually have me as just a crappy golfer, I have trouble opening up my club face like a tour pro. Like when I watch them and they'll step up to wedges like this, to me it feels foreign, like holding it. But for some reason, the way this is sitting on the ground, it feels pretty natural. It feels good.
It's really interesting looking at that. Yeah, man.
Like even when I'm not hitting it exactly where I want, it feels like I can come right through it.
That was a little miss, but it was perfect.
Here's an example of like the low bounce, right? So again, this was like what the guys will be using at the Open Championship.
That's good. I should have that.
You know, you can see when you open that club up, again, that's going to be the club that really sits the lowest.
This is
unbelievably
low.
So it again
that
plays
one
like a
did
knife.
Not reward a bad shot.
Right.
Correct.
That is why we're doing this video right now. That shot right there felt horrible because I'm not that good, and I don't like that feeling. People ask me all the time, low bounce, high bounce, what kind of shots you hit. I don't know the answers. I'm like, I just have a 60 degree.
I think a low bounce like a knife.
Yep.
You know, a high bounce helps you not chunk it. Okay.
Yeah.
You know where you're at in Scottsdale, the turf sits up.
Oh yeah.
It can play kind of soft there. You know, when conditions are ripe. High bounce is just going to be an automatic, easy club to hit. You know, fail safe. It's like your get out of jail free card. But really, the business is done like in standard bounce.
Am I up?
So what I'm looking for with Riggs is making really nice, consistent divots, is he not?
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm looking for the width of the divot. You know, he's very consistent right here.
Unbelievably.
And not too deep either. I'm now in the realm of like, okay, he's going to be my standard bounce guy. Now, how many wedges are in your bag? Like, tell me about your bag. But do you have a pitching wedge and then 3?
No, I go 46 degree wedge is my pitching wedge.
Okay.
54 degree and a 60 degree.
Did you know we made a 46 in the MG5? You mentioned your pitching wedge. You know, most people play a set pitching wedge.
Yeah.
We did make a 46 specifically for McElroy back in the days of MG3. And so we do have a 46 and a 48. Let's have you hit this 46.
Okay. This is my weapon. I love this club.
This club, it's not exactly for the average player.
I love that.
I think you'll earn an incredible amount of feel with a club like this, and
it's kind of why I use it. I just like
just
the look of the MG series so much that I want it in as many clubs as I can get it. You know what I'm saying?
So we talked about an MG5.
Yep.
We have a whole new groove design, right? They're the most aggressive grooves we've come out with. Well, when you play a set pitching wedge, it has a different groove geometry. And frankly, this club is built to be easy through the turf and get it higher in the air.
Okay.
So I would expect a set pitching wedge to spin more, carry more, whereas if you get into an MG5, you'll reward yourself with lower ball flight and more control. But it would be kind of cool just for you to, like, you know, hit your same 80% shot.
Yeah, let's see.
And it'd be kind of neat to see the trajectory difference.
Yep.
Right?
Way higher. Look at that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That was way higher.
Okay, now let's try MG5.
It's way higher in the air. That's hilarious.
Let's try it. Give me that same 80%.
Okay.
Consistent. What did you think of the feel? Feel difference?
I do like the feel of this more. So you like me standard bounce probably through the set.
I like 46 standard.
Yep.
The 54 SB standard. And then you were in a 60 standard bounce.
Yeah.
You know, I just took Frankie through the X and the C grind.
Yeah.
I'd like to kind of do that same test with you.
Yeah.
Where we're kind of improvising like a variable shot, where like let's have you hit like a flop.
Yeah.
Because I want to kind of see how you interact with the ground and with the sole.
Okay.
And then I would make a determination on what grind to give you based on that.
Love it. It was wild to see those first couple pitching wedges from the 770 set. From my eye, like how much higher they started out. Like I couldn't even see it at first. I was like, where is it? It's like way up there.
Okay, you are in the SB, okay?
Yep. Yeah.
And what we're gonna do here, you know, remember when you were on like hole 7 against the guy at Pasa and you had that downhill rough shot? You were short-sided.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's try to hit that higher flop shot, right? Because I know you felt like you were in jail in that shot.
That was a sick shot, by the way.
Really good.
Thanks. That feels good with this club.
Okay, good. All right, so like I said, we have a lot of different bounces here. I'm gonna give you our new SC grind.
Okay.
I won't say anything. Same shot, we'll just hit 2.
I think that's definitely easier to hit that shot. Almost like glides on the turf, it felt like.
I'm excited you said that. The difference between the SB grind and the SC that you just hit is what we did is we did something called heel relief, okay? And heel relief basically means that it's flatter right here in the heel. So if you, it's hard to see the difference.
Yeah, but I can tell.
You can see how there's more material.
Yep, this is more uniform, and that's got a little difference.
There's more material taken off the club here than the SB.
Yep.
So you have more material on the left side in the SB and less material on the SC. But what was really interesting is when you just hit 2 shots with the SB, and then I gave you this SC, what did you tell me?
It glides over through the turf.
Glide through the turf.
Yeah, you could feel it at the interaction.
That is exactly why we created this wedge, is because for players who like to open up the club and you demand more versatility, this is a great option for a player who is comfortable with those style of shots. You kind of get a bit of a one-trick pony on the SB, but for players who want to be more versatile, this SC is a great option for them, and that's because of us kind of creating more heel relief.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay?
Okay.
I want to just show you HB and the difference between like what golfers kind of go through.
Yeah.
In HB to LB. So let's have you hit the HB.
Okay.
We'll go to the easy spectrum here.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to give you the LB. Same shot, we'll go with that yellow stake.
This is a British Open club.
Yep, our lowest bounce.
Chunk that one.
Okay, Riggs, love that you did that.
Okay.
Because you can see how unforgiving that low bounce really
Right.
is. You can see it in 2 ways. That divot was deeper.
Yep.
Because it just kind of cut through like a knife.
Interesting.
And that high bounce, what was the first thing that happened when you hit that first shot on the high bounce? You said it went 100 yards.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about what high bounce really does? It moves debris out of the way and it gets the ball going.
Yep.
So I'm not surprised to see that you hit 2 consistent shots with high bounce. High bounce is going to help golfers be more consistent.
Totally.
Now you give up a little bit of feel, right? That interaction.
Right, because at first when I thought went 100 and way left, and it was like a couple yards past it and a little left.
And it was just fine.
Yep, yep.
Like it was decent. You know, we're not being a specialist here. You get a low bounce wedge in your hands, but then what happened in the second shot?
Chunked it.
Laid the sod on
30
it.
yards short.
So stop being a cool guy and just getting the low bounce wedge to make it look cool, because you can end up looking like a fool.
Totally. Most of my entire game is like I rely on my wedges in order to like try to win matches and beat the haters, which I'm 3-0 on this year. And it's like I just need I need wedges that are going to be good because it's my whole game.
Yeah.
And these are so good, like the up and downs and stuff that my buddies, even when I play with them, laugh. They're just like, if he's in play off the tee and in play near the green in regulation, like you're gonna lose the hole, because they just know I can chip and putt with these things. And it's huge, because like I said, if I didn't have good wedges, I'm gonna shoot 100 every time a lot. I can hit it all over the place, but these just have saved me so many times. So to have a whole new line is unbelievable. So thank you.
Yeah, you bet, Riggs. Good
Thanks.
working with you.
I appreciate
Absolutely.
it. Trent,
Yeah,
Daddy's
sure.
up.
All right, let's do it. All right,
That's
Trent.
I know a lot less than everybody else.
All good, brother.
You know what I mean?
I will hold it later. So tell me about your wedge setup. Do you know where you're at? Do you like, you have a pitching wedge, you got a gap wedge, and
I
a
have
chipper?
a 52, 56, and a 60.
Okay.
That's kind of where I'm at. I was hitting the 50 over there. I actually love that.
Are any of those 52, 56, and 60, are any of those like vanity clubs that just sit in the bag and you don't use them?
No.
Okay.
No, I use all of them.
They're in use.
Yep.
You have no issues. Any?
I think I would, if I were going to do anything, I would go from a 52. I would swap that out for the 50. I like the way that felt, and that's like a distance gap that I think I need to fill. I think it's like around anywhere from like 95 to like 110. I think I could use that 50 degree more. Because my 52, I mean, I don't hit it, it's more of like an 80 to 95 club for me.
And then when you're at 100, you're toggling. You go, am I hitting a softer pitching wedge, or am I muscling on this 52?
And when I muscle the 52, it's a disaster.
Trent and wedges, you should probably never hit 100% shot in wedges. You know, just making 80% controlled swings and staying in really good balance is important for wedges.
Definitely.
All right, so let's have you hit the 60 degree.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of have you hit 2. I'll check out your action, and then we'll kind of clock a distance, and we'll work on gapping.
Okay. And the 60 is one that I never full swing. I'm just very much around the greens with that. I don't know how. I mean, I can full swing one if you want me to.
Okay. I'm going to give you the SB, this guy.
So full swing with this one?
Yeah, this yellow stake's about 75, 78 yards. Okay, so I love what Nate said about lower bounce, and the reason is the divot pattern right here.
Yeah.
So what we had here is we just wanted Trent to hit 2 shots, like at 80 yards. And you can kind of see, look at Riggs's divots, right? He's a little deeper, right? And he's got the full width of the wedge. Trent's got some shallower divots.
Right.
So selecting a wedge on the lower end from standard is going to help you take deeper divots.
That's right.
Okay?
Yep.
So I want to show you, we'll go from kind of one spectrum to the other. So hit a couple with this guy.
Okay.
Same shot, 80 yards, yellow stake.
Okay.
Okay, better divot.
Yeah.
But still, we're not really getting the result we want, right?
I agree.
Okay, so what I gave you there was I went from our standard bounce to our lower bounce wedge.
Yep.
So the low bounce, not a very forgiving wedge, but it is going to help with deeper divots.
Yeah.
Okay. Never fear, we do have a third wedge in our arsenal. It's our new SC grind.
Okay.
And it kind of lives between that standard bounce and a low bounce.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Really good. Good, Trent. Good.
Yeah. So that's right in the middle of the two, because I had too much bounce up here, not enough middle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so when we're going through full shots, we just want to make sure that you're making nice, consistent divots, and then also consistent not only in length but in depth.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see as you're working down the train there,
Right.
we've got longer and more consistent divots. Now we talk about, you're at 4 wedges, so we need to have like proper distance gapping.
Okay.
Right. So we just tried a 60 there. Now let's get you into a 56.
Okay.
And then on.
And is the same case with the bounce with all the wedges then across the board, or is it different?
In the 60 degree, we kind of have all of the bounces.
Okay.
There's a variety of different lofts. Typically, when you get into the lower lofts, meaning like the gap wedge, we just do a standard bounce.
Okay. Cool.
Good shot. You almost hit the pin there. It's dialed in.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Trent actually has been hitting those wedges nice.
Really nice.
Wow.
I mean, that's like 2
Bottle
feet.
that one up, 78 yards.
So we make the
Fore.
56 in SB and in SC.
Yeah.
So I gave you that first shot, you were hitting the SB.
Yeah.
The second guy, I gave you that SC. So same logic applied there. I really liked the depth of the divot in that second one. You're definitely going to be our SC candidate.
I'm an SC guy.
In 60, then to 56.
Okay.
Then you kind of mentioned that you enjoyed the distance value from 50 to 52.
Very much.
So that's kind of how I would do your set, right?
Okay.
Go from pitching wedge, get to the 50 degree, and then you're that 56, 60, both in the SC.
I think that's exactly what I want.
Yep.
SC. I love it.
That's what I was in too, right?
Yeah, Riggs, you were in SC. And Frankie liked our SX.
SX is awesome.
Yeah, he was loving that SX.
Loving the SX.
You know, it's kind of interesting, Riggs, in Trent's case, like, you know, you can put players in buckets. You know, just because he's a higher handicap golfer didn't mean that he was a high bounce candidate.
Right,
You know,
right.
frankly, every time I gave him a standard bounce, his first shot, like, this was the divot on his standard bounce.
Yeah.
So very, like, not in the turf like you, not very long. And then as soon as I gave him a little less bounce, look how much better his divots got.
Amazing.
That's crazy, dude. You're in there.
Right?
In there,
You
man.
know, you're in the turf there.
That's precisely why I can't drive the ball.
You're-
Same thing.
You're just in the turf.
Unfortunately. Ooh.
Yeah,
See, I'm
good
way less in the
Sure,
turf.
Ryan, that was so pure.
But I
It's
just
gonna
like,
go in.
I'm like closer to picking
Hit
the
the
ball.
pin.
Hit the pin.
I'm,
Just hit the pin.
I would love to do that. I'm closer to picking it than I am turf guy.
Yep.
You and Tiger when he's flushing it.
Right. Makes two of us.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I'll take it. You know. That thing's sweet.